What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl here again, Peppy, and on today's video I'm going to tell you guys the story of how I found out I was pregnant with twins. Like hey, it was a huge surprise to me. Let's dive right into the video. Years back, when I was a youth corporal serving as a teacher in one of the schools in Anambra State. So then my bride price had already been paid and my husband lives abroad in Germany. Then he came home around August, and we were preparing for the white wedding, right? So around September, I went back to school where I was teaching. After some weeks, I felt sick, but I thought it was just a normal sickness. I never planned about having a baby or getting pregnant. I wanted to have this perfect road, like first of all, the bride price, white wedding, going somewhere for honeymoon, and then enjoying life, then baby, you know. I wanted to take it step by step. So I never planned on getting pregnant. So when I went back to school, I got sick. It wasn't really that terrible. Like, I was just sick. So I thought it was only malaria. And I hated drugs or going to the hospitals or all this medication. So I told no one. But it continued, right? Then one day I called my husband and I was like, I'm sick. He said I should go to the hospital for a pregnancy test. And I was like, for what? Pregnancy for what? And he said it's just a test. I should go for a test. I said, but why would I go for a test? I'm not pregnant. He said, let's just be on the safer side and know what is actually wrong with you. Just go for a test. So I was like, okay. But I didn't. So after some days, it didn't get worse, but it didn't stop. So I told my close friend then, and she said we should go for a test to know what's up. After you're married, right? So we now went to one hospital opposite the school where I teach. It's a Catholic hospital, so 70% of the workers there were all Reverend sisters. So when we got there, they took my blood and had a test, and before 30 minutes, they handed me over the result. I opened it and it was pregnancy positive. Hi. I was not happy. I was so angry. My friend was like, come on, Cheryl, you're already married. It's not bad. It's okay. I told her, but I'm still serving. Like, I don't want to serve with big belly, right? I don't want to serve. I just want to serve as a chiquito. So she was like, just let it. You are married. I was so mad. So on our way out from the hospital, someone called us back and told us that the Reverend Sister wanted to see us. So we turned back and went back to the clinic. So the Reverend Sister called me, the pregnant one, inside her office, and she just started advising me, like telling me things like don't get rid of your child, don't abort the pregnancy, you know. I was like, where she coming from? So she came. I was like, sorry, excuse me, sister, I'm married. So she was like, oh, I'm so sorry. I thought, because we had our youth copper years. So she said, oh, I'm so sorry, I didn't know. Oh, sorry about that, congratulations. I was like, thank you, sister, thank you. So we now went back home. I called my husband. I was like, hello, it's positive. He said, yes. I was like, what? I'm going to remove this baby. He was like, don't say that, it's an abomination, you don't do that. I said, but I don't want to get pregnant now. I don't want this pregnancy. I was so angry. I don't want this pregnancy now. Look at what you've caused. Did I tell you I want to get pregnant? Am I married? He said, come on, your bride price has been paid and we are planning for the white wedding. That was around September. The white wedding was scheduled January 3rd. So he was like, before you know it, I said, but I do want to get pregnant. I'm still serving. Like, then we cut the call. Like, I was mad. I didn't tell my parents. I told no one, just that my couple friend knew. So I continued being sick without any medication. I was just on my own being sick. So one weekend, I decided to go home and at least tell my mom. So I went home with my friend one evening. So when we got home, my mom, I think she already saw how I looked. I was looking so slim, like so thin, you know, kind of, I was looking sick. I'll put the picture, I think I have the picture, I'll put the picture somewhere here. So when I got home, I made up my mind I'm going to tell my mom that I'm pregnant. So before I could tell her, she called me inside the room. I was asking me questions. Are you pregnant? Like, yes. That's why I came home. That's what I wanted to tell you. It was like you already saw it from the way I look. So that was it. Then I went back to school. I didn't go to the hospital because it's still early. They needed to see something before any examination. So I went back to school and now traveled back again. So when I traveled back, my parents traveled to the village. They were not around. So my brother had to take me to the hospital. So when we got to the hospital and it saw my turn, I was just like, okay, I'm pregnant. So it is what it is. So when it was my turn to see the doctor, I came in. So when I went to the doctor's office for an ultrasound, he asked me to lay on that bed stretcher that's always inside the doctor's office. So as I lay down there, I was just looking around like, do this, let me just go home. So he was doing the ultrasound and checking out things in my stomach. I wasn't even looking at the monitor. I wasn't even looking at him. I was just gazing on an empty space. I was looking at the ceiling or something. So he now started asking me questions like, do you have a twin? I said no. Does the mother have a twin? I said no. Then he asked, do you have a twin in your family? I said no. Then I was like, why is he asking me about twins? Like, in my mind, I know I can never have twins. Like, I can't be pregnant with twins. So I didn't even think about that. Like, I never thought about that. So I was like, but why all these questions? But why are you asking me, sir? He said, because you're pregnant with twins. I was like, huh? He said, you're pregnant with twins. Ha! I said, let me see. Immediately, there's this fear inside of me. Like, I was like, let me see. He now showed me something on the screen. It was two dots. I didn't see any baby. I thought I was going to see a baby. It was 2 dots. I said, this is the first twin. This is the second. I was like, eh? I kept saying, what? Like, eh? Twins? How? So after the ultrasound and everything, when he said because you're having twins, I started crying. Like, I didn't burst out crying, just tears started rolling down my eyes. Those tears were because probably I was scared. Probably, look at me here thinking I'm having one baby. Okay, let's just go and have this one baby. And they said there's multiple pregnancy. So I was crying. So after everything, he asked me to go to the nurse for some medications because it's a multiple pregnancy and I need to start my antenatal immediately. So I went to the nurse. The nurse looked at my card and was like, oh, congrats, you're having twins. I was like, again? These people are very serious. So I just smiled. So I still could not believe what I heard. So when I went outside, I saw my brother. I was like, guess what? Why is your face like this? Because my face were kind of a little bit dull, like someone who cried. Do you know what the doctor said? He said what? He said, I'm having twins. Oh. My brother just laughed. I was like, I'm serious. He said, I'm having twins, that I have twins. So I now showed him the card where it was written, because on my card, it was written multiple pregnancy. He was happy. He couldn't believe it, but he was so happy. So when we got home, I couldn't wait to break the news to my parents. I called my mom on the phone first and told her the doctor said, okay, first of all, when I called my mom, I was like, how did it go? I hope everything was okay. Because no one was even planning or thinking I would, like, I'm pregnant with twins. So we're all like, how did it go? I hope everything went well. How is the baby? Said Momo. The doctor said I'm having twins. I was like, eh? The doctor said I'm having twins. So she was so happy. She started screaming, what? She now told my dad immediately. My dad was probably sitting close to her. She now told my dad. My dad was like, called me and said, Adamo, anything you want, I'll give it. Do you want to drink malt? Like, don't worry, I'm coming back with a lot of things. I will give it to you. Anything you want. They were so happy. Then I became happy. But sometimes, like, I still think about it, like, how is that possible? How can I be having twins? How am I supposed to have twins? And another thing that scares me to death was, in Nigerian movies, I watch Nigerian movies, and in the movies, whenever women are having their baby, they're always screaming, they are shouting and crying. So I was thinking, so okay, I'm having twins. That means I will scream and cry for the first one, then I will scream and cry for the second one. Double pain. Oh God, how am I going to do this? And I was so small. How? And my tummy was so small. How can I be happy? Like, it was so unbelievable. I couldn't believe it until I gave birth and saw the two of them. And sometimes when I look at them till now, I'll be like, so I have twins. Like, I'm mama twins. Like, wow, God is so wonderful. So guys, this is the story of how I found out I was having twins. That was it. So guys, I hope you enjoy my story. Probably I might tell you guys how it all went down, how the twins came out. That will be next time. I'll probably tell you guys the story of how, because it's another story on its own. It was Odzieko. So guys, please, if you're just coming across this video, do not forget to subscribe. Because subscribe, like this video, share and comment. For my old subscribers and the new ones, I'm so happy. Thank you so much for always supporting me, and I'm really grateful. Thank you guys for your support. Pepe loves you all. Ciao.